You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 is Later with Mo Kelly, Tech Thursday with the Marsha Collier, who joins me now in studio. Good evening, Marsha. Always great to see you.
Hi, Mo. How you doing? Hi, everybody.
Did you do that intentionally? Are you dressing to match your screen insert? Bring that back, Daniel, so people can see it. It can't be. See, that's not a coincidence. You planned that.
Well, no, I'm running out of solid clothing because I'll come in here with like patterns and, Matisse paintings on clothes but when you're on camera, you're supposed to have solid colors. So, I have all these colors.
Yeah, it looks nice on you, but we didn't bring you in to talk about your fashion, although it suits you. Amazon is back into the listening game once again beyond Alexa. What are they doing now? What dastardly deed are they up to?
Well, have you ever had a day where at the end of the day, you just sit down and says, gosh, I just wish I could remember what Tawala said to me. We were talking about something really interesting. Huh?
That happens to me about maybe 2-3 times a week.
Okay, so that happens. When we came up here, Tawala and my husband were talking about their New Balance sneakers. They were talking about shoes. What I wouldn't have given to have a recording device with me.
They're both New Balance. That's what they do. So
it's their shoes. So this device, it's like a band, like I have a fitness band, but it's not a fitness band. It records everything. It'll bring truly authentic AI to more customers.
If I understand you correctly, there's going to be a band on my wrist, beyond my phone, beyond my Alexa, which is listening to everything that I say, the conversations I have, any musings I may have with your husband, and then what happens with that information?
Well, at the end of the day, you'll get reminders and suggestions and personalized summaries of your day.
Ooh,
this is just beyond. The company that sold it to Amazon, they said, when we started, the company was named B, we imagined a world where AI is truly personal, where your life is understood and enhanced by technology that learns with you. So you see, now you'll have something on your wrist that listens to everything you have to say. And
all the things, even when I'm cussing in my car at people driving by me.
And it'll get smarter and it'll get to know you and be able to make suggestions during your day.
I don't want suggestions. Unless I ask for a suggestion, like, in other words, where's the nearest flame broiler? Right. I don't want a suggestion out of nowhere.
There's no asking this.
Alexa does that because I'll say, I don't want to say because I'll trigger someone's Alexa, but if you say, Alexa, do X, Y, Z, every 4 or 5 commands, it'll give a suggestion. I'm trying to say, like, shut the hell up.
Right. Exactly. So this, you don't get to interact with it. It is merely there as agentic, which means it has its own agency. It will just record and work for you and learn from you so it can give you better advice on things.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I want a rehash of my day. Maybe there was something that I really didn't appreciate happen, and I don't want to have to relive, and I don't need it memorialized in some way.
Well, maybe after a month or so, you'll turn to this device and it'll say, hey, Mo, today kind of remind me of the day 3 weeks ago when you ... And it'll draw a little analogy for you and be able to help you learn how to cope with things.
Yeah, I love technology, but I'm not loving this.
Well, this is a deal. The startup launched this Fitbit-like device last year. It's $49.99 for the bracelet. That's it. No biggie. But it's $19 a month for the monthly subscription. Now, if you wonder where your data...
Wait. Do not run past that. There's a monthly subscription too?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's got to hold all that data. And where do you think it's going to go?
It's going to be sold to someone.
Well, they're saying our goal is to make B smarter without ever requiring access to your raw personal data. I don't know.
Sure.
How
that makes me feel better.
The company's website states, adding that none of the data is sold or used for AI learning. But
let me be super cynical real quick before we go to break. I know that sometimes companies will buy smaller companies because they just don't want that technology out there. They want it to at least be proprietary to, in this case, Amazon. But I do get the sense they want this smaller company to be successful because of the data collection alone.
Or how about they want to take the technology, bury this device, and put it into Alexa, which is in how many televisions right now?
Billions. I don't know.
Yeah. You got to think about it.
We're going to think about that during the break. When we come back, I know that I have a bunch of old computers and maybe some cell phones and tablets, just old tech that I probably want to recycle, but I don't know the right way to go about it. They're just literally stacked up in the corner in my office.
The amount of technology we all have sitting around stacked up under a bench in the garage. Yeah.
You got thoughts and tips for that?
I got answers.
Marsha, Collier. When we come back, answers on what to do with your old technology. It's later with Mo Kelly. Tech Thursday with Marsha Collier. We're live everywhere on social media and the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're still live everywhere on social media, and still joining me in studio is the nice tech lady, as they're calling you in the Motown chat. Marsha Collier, our resident tech guru. How about that? Marsha, a common question that I have, not only for myself, but I hear from others, is like, look, I have 4 different phones because I don't throw them away. Don't want to give them away because it has data or might have pictures. I may use it as a spare drive on occasion. I have an old printer, have a computer, laptop. It's dead, but it still has data on it. What should I do with them?
Well, frankly, I'm with you on phones. I'm not giving away my phones. I think we should have a Thursday night. We all bring in all our old phones and compare, what we have, because old phones are cool when you go back and look at them. They're just spectacular.
But they're useful in my house. Some of them I use as cameras.
Or a drive.
It's like a drive. A camera is like a security camera. There are ways that I can utilize them that I don't need to really... They don't need to have the latest software for everything.
But those old big computers.
Yes, what do I do with them?
And the printers. Oh, my goodness. I mean, if you go way back, they were sturdily built. You couldn't take a sledgehammer and break the plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody. And it's you. Somewhere in your house, you've got this stack of old tech. Now, I know the city of LA has a lot of electronic waste pickup, which is all well and good, but you get a postcard in the mail. You're going to have electronic waste pickup 6 months in the future. Aren't we great? And you forget by the time it happens. We went to one once, and it was a little drive-through. Mm-hmm. You hand the stuff out the window to the guy. Keep going, keep going. It was a great, great city thing, but let me tell you how to do it for free.
Okay.
Have you been into a Best Buy lately?
No, I haven't. Not in at least 6 months.
Well, they will take up to 3 household items, including toasters, because technically you can't throw those in the trash. Per household.
You can't?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm so naive. No, you can't. You can't put those in the trash. And e-readers, everything technology, 3 per household per day. But if you've got laptops, they will take up to 5.
Let me ask you this. That's fine that they'll take it, but what should I do in advance of giving it to them?
Okay, what I do when I get rid of things like this, first thing I do is delete all the data. Just the manual delete. I go to the directories and the folders and the whole thing. I manually delete everything. Then I know you're supposed to go to the original state right away, but then I sign out. I delete all the programs that I've installed on said device, and then I sign out of Google.
You'll do all of that instead of, why not just wipe the drive or reset and start over?
Well, I've kind of wiped it because after I've signed out of Google, I go to factory reset and we're done.
Okay, so
but I do
sign
all
out
those steps. I don't want to take a risk. And what I did do is, Google, just like Apple, has this service where you find your device. Now, I did give a device to somebody when I was working on my last book, and they were helping me, and I felt very nervous about it. So I did all that stuff, and I sent it to him. And then I'm looking for, because it's still on Where's My Device for some reason.
Right.
That made me very nervous. Where is it? And then Google couldn't find it on the network.
Let me just say this. I've had Find My Device for some time. It's not super reliable. Because there are times where I've lost my phone, like around the house type thing. And that's the time I say, let me just see what we'll do.
Do you play the music?
Yes. And sometimes that's part of the reason. A lot of times it doesn't happen. One time I actually bought a second phone because I thought my phone was stolen because I was doing the Find My Device and it wasn't ringing my phone like it was supposed to. I later found the phone 4 weeks later in my car under one of the seats, but I've already purchased a replacement. So that's what's it's like, Find My Device. I like it when it works, but not all the time.
When it works. That's the whole thing about tech. Do you know any tech that works perfectly every time? Starlink?
No, I don't.
Starlink was out today.
No, I'm just saying. No, and that's the trade-off. I need something to be relatively reliable.
Well, that's about as reliable as we're going to get. And the new devices they're having as trackers are being updated, and the network is getting better. But I noticed my husband's an iPhone person.
My condolences.
Well,
nobody's perfect.
It gives us something to chat about. But anyway, I can tell when he's at the gym because there are Android people over there. It works as long as there's Android people
to
around.
ping off of?
Yeah.
That's strange. That's a little scary. Yeah.
Or if you're near a tower where Android people are pinging. He's showing you that's a Chipolo card that he keeps in his wallet. And I can find him. But anyway, let me give you real quick so everybody can know. So Best Buy will take it back. Office Depot, that empty place that you go to.
There are very few of them left.
But you definitely can recycle stuff there. And if you don't want to go, they have a program in the store. And you might get a store gift card in exchange, depending on what you're returning. They also have boxes that you can pay like $8 or so that hold up to 20 pounds and send it to them. And they have boxes that you can buy up to 60 pounds to send them printers and just get rid of stuff. But I'm not paying to get rid of my stuff. Consider donating it to Earth 911. They take mobile phones. They take all kinds of things. You'd have to look up what you're getting rid of. But, I think Best Buy. Now, Apple, if you're buying a new computer, they will graciously take your old computer back.
So you spend $4,000, they'll take the old one off your hands. That's very nice of them.
Yeah, I think so. I think what a great service. It's just for the people. It's crazy. But Office Depot and Staples, you can bring your stuff in there. They will dispose of it. And occasionally, City of Los Angeles, your city where you are, Google it, see if they have an electronic recovery pickup day.
Marsha Collier, once again, great information, simple enough for folks like me to understand. And I know there's more where that came from. Very quickly, how can people find you to follow up on this or just have a conversation with you?
You can find me on X at Marsha Collier, MARSHA COLLIER, or MarshaCollier.com. Click the contact page and bingo, we're in contact.
And you do respond.
Yeah, and sometimes it may take a while. I mean, there may be something going on, but I do my best to keep up.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. Always great seeing you, Marsha Collier.
I'll see you again.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere on social media and Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio app, and YouTube. Author and journalist Von Braschler is a writer on the subjects of time, human consciousness, and energy healing. His latest book, Programming Your Lucid Dreams, is a step-by-step guide for planning lucid dreams that are vivid, colorful, and personally insightful. It's my pleasure to welcome Von Braschler to Later with Mo Kelly. First time on the show tonight. Von, how are you?
I'm just great. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you for coming on. And this is part of an ongoing conversation I've been having with the audience and also George Norrie. You may be familiar with him.
Yeah.
I've had these recurring dreams that I don't understand. And I was hoping you could first give us some insight into them. And then I'm curious how I could be a more successful lucid dreamer.
Sure, I'll give it a go. I mean, I've been working at this for a while. I'm mostly on myself as a guinea pig, and I've kind of been around the block on this thing, and now I think I kind of got a handle on it. I can at least discuss it with you.
All right.
So let's give it a go.
All right. I have this recurring dream, and it's something I've been experiencing, I would say maybe 3-4 times a year on average, where I am in some sort of public place. I've had this dream where I was in the middle of a mall, shopping mall. I've been in the middle of a movie theater. I've been on a corner where I am sitting on the John in process of doing a number 2. I'm being very serious. And then there is this anxiety of like, well, how am I going to get myself out of this situation without bringing any type of attention to myself? Have you heard that dream before?
Yeah, recurring dreams are sometimes frustrating, but they always call for our attention. May I ask you just a few questions about the dream before we continue? Now, is the dream very vivid?
Oh, it's very vivid. It's so vivid where the actual thoughts are like I'm recognizing people around me. People are familiar, and I'm thinking like, okay, where is the toilet paper? How far do I have to reach? I mean, it's very, very specific, very detailed.
Yeah, very detailed. And is it colorful? Is it in color?
Yeah, most of my dreams are in color. I don't dream in black and white.
Oh, okay. Now, are you aware that you're dreaming, and are you conscious of being there?
No, I am not a very successful lucid dreamer. All of my dreams that I have tend to be very realistic in my mind in the moment. In other words, I don't think during the dream it's like, wait a minute, this can't be happening. This is ridiculous. No. And it's my mind is wired seemingly that I'm supposed to work out that situation regardless of how ridiculous it may seem.
This is the way most of our dreams go. You know, we're hardwired to analyze and process information, and when we can't resolve situations, it's frustrating. So while we go to sleep and we say we're going to rest and just kind of let it simmer, and we'll deal with everything tomorrow. You know, sometimes we don't really go to sleep. You know, these are like sleepless dreams, sleepless nights, and the mind just keeps churning away and churning, and it keeps trying to analyze it. And as my first teacher, who was actually a very successful psychic author, said, you know, when you're asleep and you're trying to process information, it's often more difficult than when you're awake because you're not fully conscious, you know. And I think this is, but the fact that you keep have this recurring dream, and what are you trying to resolve in the dream? Can you answer me that?
No, that's what I think. I think on some level it has to be a metaphor for something that I can't solve in my life. Now, I can say that despite what I do publicly, I'm not a person who likes being embarrassed. I can hide it, but it's one of the least enjoyable emotions. And so that has to be connected, I think, somehow, my fear of embarrassment.
Okay. Well, what's the common thread that you see in every situation where you have this recurring dream? Because you say you've had it in different settings.
The only constant is I'm in the same predicament where I'm on the toilet and I have to somehow get from here to there while avoiding the embarrassment of being noticed for doing that in public in front of everyone. Like, I don't have any good sense.
Yeah, I wonder if it's really that, or it's really something else that you're trying to get rid of something, dispose of something, resolve something, process it through you, and come out clean, fresh at the other end. If you follow me.
You're probably right, because I'm not trying to have an actual incident where I'm going to go to the shopping mall.
Yeah. Exactly. So in lucid dreaming, we always ask people, if first of all, if they're conscious that they're in the dream, that's very important, and that they have awareness of being in the dream, and this conscious awareness then will allow them to deal with it. So one way that I've found of dealing with what I call troublesome dreams, and let me tell you about mine. Mine is where my ex-wife leaves me over and over and over.
Do I laugh at this point?
Over. Go ahead. And it's like, do I miss her? No, but she keeps doing it, and it just keeps hurting me. And she finds different ways to do it. Usually, like, she gets us together, and then she dumps me at the end of the dream. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, this is me exposing myself on the toilet, because this is what's inside my head. But let me share with you how I resolved it.
Okay.
I set up a lucid dream where I went and I set up that very dream scenario, and I would have that dream, and I planned and programmed that dream, and I went into it with the plan of actually being having action, taking action, and resolving the situation, and resolving it, and then having an end to it, Not only, because some things we can't understand, but we just want to come out the other end clean, right?
Yeah, Vaughn, let me ask you this before we go to break.
Yeah.
When on the very few times and occasions that I've been able to have a lucid dream, like I'm aware that I'm dreaming and then I start redirecting the dream, my mind becomes too active, and then I find myself waking up because I'm actively participating.
I could help with that. It's really not as hard as you think. It's not that hard. We can go through it. There's a few little simple tricks. Gosh, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of these people that had these sweat dreams. All the time, just having the same horrible dreams over and over and over and over. And long before I had the dream that I just described, I had other dreams that would, like, over and over and over. I kept having the same recurring dream, and it was just troublesome. It's like, ow, I don't know if you've ever stepped on the same wounded bee before, or I kept hitting the same toe against the same rock over and over and over, and finally I said, enough. Mm-hmm. and I just actually went into the dream and cleaned it up. There's a lot of examples of that, like people who see animals in their dreams, and confront the animal. Well, you can only confront the animal if you're aware that you're in a dream and you're having this dream and it's an animal, and you need to actually confront it. Otherwise, it's like an unknown question mark. It's a perplexing situation, and you don't know what it is.
Vaughn, you're so right, because I feel like I'm starting over each time, because each time I have the dream, it doesn't appear as familiar. It's not until I wake up and I realize it's the same damn dream over and over again from a different vantage point in a different location. But we got to go to break. My guest right now is Vaughn Braschler, and he is author and journalist. His latest book, Programming Your Lucid Dreams, is available right now, and it's a step-by-step guide for planning lucid dreams that are vivid, colorful, and personally insightful. More with Vaughn Braschler in just a moment. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and on YouTube and all over social media. If you're just tuning in, my guest right now is Braschler. We're talking about my dreams and possibly your dreams as well. His latest book is Programming Your Lucid Dreams. We're going to pick our conversation from there. Vaughn, let me bring you back into this. And you have been so kind as far as being able to speak to at least my recurring dream. But there are other dreams. What would you say about recurring dreams in general? What, on a very general level, what do they mean?
Well, after all, the one thing we know about dreams, they are windows to the soul. On any level, our dreams are windows to the soul. There are things that are important to you. They're important. They have to be analyzed. They have to be understood. They have great meaning. And even if it's just a common nightmare that you cannot resolve, it's suggesting that something is psychologically really stressing you, and you need to resolve it. If it's something, it could be a dream of prophecy. It could be a dream of insight. It could be a flashback to something that you needed to analyze. It could be one of these lucid, vivid, detailed dreams. But they're always telling us something. They're always filled with meaning. And when they recur over and over and over and over again, they're just demanding your attention. And you absolutely need to start writing them down and thinking about them. It's extremely important to get a handle on it, because it's calling for your attention, and it will not let up until you've dealt with the situation. I mean, you're right in saying that these dreams should be understood. They shouldn't be just swept away. They should be interpreted if you can. But I maintain that the only person really qualified to interpret your dream, I don't know if you're going to like this, is you, because your dream is so personal. Extremely, it's you talking to you. It's your inner self talking to you, and it's saying, "Look, this is something, and it acts it out for you. It's like a play, right? It's like little theater, and it's important to as it happens over and over and over again, to see a pattern. And that's why I think it's good to write it down. You don't have to analyze it if you don't want, but just write down in some kind of a journal or a piece of paper or whatever, a notebook, whatever you want to do. Just write down an outline of the dream. An outline, pretty soon you can see some basic threads, and it'll hit you, because the important thing is that you just quietly reflect on it. Don't try to really overthink it. Just quietly reflect on it. Be quiet and get deep inside yourself when you do this. That's where the answers will come, because this is something that's deep-rooted. So you have to kind of get deep inside yourself. So I always say, get very quiet, lie down, and just kind of let that dream wash over you. Just let it wash over you, and then see if you can see the pattern. Because you're going to have to get a handle on this thing. The other thing you can do is, even if you have trouble setting up the lucid dream, we could get into that if you want. I mean, it's not that hard. It's really putting yourself to sleep. But if you just tell yourself, you give yourself if you want a post-hypnotic suggestion. You're telling yourself that I intend, when I dream tonight, if I have this recurring dream again, that I'm going to be aware of it, and I'm going to observe it, and I'm going to be extremely aware in the dream. Now, by awareness, I mean not that you're somewhat savvy about having the dream, but you have a new set of skills. You have conscious awareness working for you, because in your dream, things are not going to quite look the same. They're not going to like feel the same. They're not going to hear the same. You hear sounds, but you don't hear sounds. It's kind of like thought forms. It's really different. It's really a different realm. You know, it's a non-physical realm. So you need to have a new way of dealing with it other than our five physical senses, which do you no good. You need to develop a sense of awareness, almost an animal cunning for this. And I always think of like I've dealt with a lot of people and personally experienced dreams of animals where, you know, an animal is chasing you or confronting you, and it's like sometimes frightening, but sometimes it's like extremely meaningful. If you have this over and over and over again, it indicates to you that an animal is like an animal spirit is trying to communicate to you. And so it is with our dreams that are recurring. They're trying to say something to you, and they'll keep saying it over and over and over until we simply get quiet enough to listen and observe it enough to see what it is, see with new eyes, the eyes of awareness.
Vaughn, I wish I had more time with you. I could speak with you all night. So this is what I need to happen in the future. Yeah. I need you to come back on the show so we can continue this. We got your number now because I have all these questions from listeners that I couldn't even get to. And I have Mark Ronner, our news guy. He has some dreams, and Stefan, our tech guy, who has some dreams. And the only way we can accommodate everyone is to have you just come back on for a longer conversation. Yeah,
and we could set up a really powerful dream approach that'll really be helpful to people, I think.
I look forward to it. He is Vaughn Braschler. He is the author of Programming Your Lucid Dreams. And Vaughn, very quickly, how can people find you on social media?
Go to VaughnBraschlerWebsite.com. It's pretty easy. VaughnBraschlerWebsite.com.
That's BRASCHLER.com, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep, VON. Yep.
We're going to do this again.
Great. Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too, sir.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.